Welcome to the Virginia Values Veterans Program. I'm Andy Schwartz with the Virginia Department of Veterans Services. Joining me in the studio now is Ms. Corky Ford, Recruiting Manager with Impact Makers. Corky, thanks so much for joining us.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Impact Makers, tell us a little bit about it and what plans do you have to serve our veterans here in Virginia?
Wonderful. Impact Makers is a technology and management consulting firm in Richmond, Virginia. And we have lots of great plans for the future of bringing veterans into our organization. We are actually a certified B Corp and benefit corporation, so we have a very strong mission driven and giving back to the community type model. And we find that veterans really fit into that mindset.
Impact Makers is one of our newer V3 certified companies, and we're glad to have you as our partner. Tell us a little bit about the journey. What have you learned about the veteran population through your journey through the V3 program?
Well, we've learned so much. In fact, when I was contacted last year at this time, we hadn't even hit 100 employees. And at first I was nervous because I said, well, how are we going to do something, as powerful as bringing on veterans and having a big program? But the advice I received from the V3 program was that it's all about the effort. And that was the best piece of advice. In fact, going in like that and knowing that it's the effort that we put in that counts was the most important thing.
Absolutely. And now the V3 program, we make the case that hiring veterans can be one of the best business decisions that you can make. Have we successfully done that for Impact Makers?
Yes, definitely. We learned so many things in the webinars and in the training. We learned how to interpret the resume and translate it into maybe a corporate environment. We learned that first you have to identify the veterans at your company, and we've been able to do that and have just received such great excitement over it, and we've actually formed a voluntary veteran committee at our company.
As a small business, are there certain challenges associated with hiring that maybe a large company might not have?
Well, yes, we don't have as many positions, of course, and one of our a lot of our different positions are very high level, many years, of course, into your career. But we're learning that, it doesn't mean that veterans aren't a fit. We're learning that we just need to change our mindset and educate the hiring managers that there really is a good connection.
Now, with the positions that are available, if there are veterans interested in those opportunities, where can they go to find out more information?
They can go to our website at www.impactmakers.com and they can submit a resume right there on our career site.
I'm John Del Grosso. I'm with Impact Makers as a senior consultant project manager. My military experience was with the U.S. Air Force. I was a 4-year veteran and served as an airborne computer technician on board the AWACS airplanes. When I was starting to think about leaving the military, I started thinking about all of the training I had gotten and all of the experiences and tried to put them into a way that I could equate that to what corporations and other potential employers were looking for. Adapting those skills from planning a mission to planning a project really helped me see what needed to be done in a very quick way. The advice I'd give to transitioning service members going into civilian life is to plan early. Networking in your transition from military life and civilian life is very important. One of the biggest items I found was in the military we talk a lot in acronyms, is to get out of talking about acronyms and use plain English when you're talking to folks that are in the civilian world. There are two very different cultures and languages. One of the things that I really came out from Impact Makers was that the military service, most of us in the military service also served in the local communities. We would help after national disasters, or we would just help other people. Impact Makers has the same sort of values, so they equate very well.
And thank you for watching the Virginia Values Veterans Program. To learn more about great companies like Impact Makers and about the Virginia Values Veterans Program, go to dvsv3.com.
Broadcast of V3 Newsmakers is made possible through a partnership between Comcast and V3.